Today I'm talking favorites and fails for the month of July. That's coming up next. Welcome back, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Can't believe that the month of July is already gone. We're into August again. Where does the time go? I guess we're getting out a little bit more, so maybe the time is rolling by a little bit faster. I know in the beginning of the summer, holy smokes, did time just crawl by. I had an interesting month in the month of July. I did a lot of traveling and I did a lot of work around the house where I wasn't wearing much makeup. So my favorites and fails for this month are a little bit interesting, and I think there are a few things here that you might find valuable. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. We're going to hop right into the faves and fails for the month of July, and as always, all the products that I mentioned today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's get into it. One of my big favorites for this month is the shirt I'm wearing. Isn't this just stinking cute? It's cut so that it goes in and really hugs my curves, which I appreciate, and I've been wearing the heck out of it all month long. This is from Chico's. It's a t-shirt styling, but it's really an upgraded t-shirt, but really better. With the quality and the material and the color and the way it fits, it's just lovely. I actually wore the heck out of this particular shirt when I was traveling. It doesn't wrinkle much. You can pull it out of your suitcase, hang it up, all the wrinkles fall out, and it just can go from wearing it with jeans to wearing it for a little bit fancier event. So really appreciating this t-shirt from Chico's. I'll have it linked down below if you want to go check it out. As I mentioned, I did a lot of car travel during the month of July, so I was on the road a lot. It was an interesting experiment for me because what I needed to do was pick out makeup that was going to be easy to use and very versatile. So I really found out what I was using and loving in my ever-growing collection of makeup. The one palette that I took with me and used non-stop the entire time I was traveling is the Give It To Me Straight palette from Colourpop. I actually was so surprised at this, but I just love this palette and I found it so very appropriate for the traveling that I was doing. It's a warm neutral palette with a variety of shades. Of course, this is one of the 12-pan palettes from Colourpop. There are a few shades in here that I have never been able to find anywhere else and work so very well for me. This shade here, Downright, is almost the most perfect transition crease color for me that I've ever used. It's a warm brown, but it looks so pretty and subtle on the skin. This palette has some great colors for deepening up the inner corner and one of the best lid highlighters that I've ever used. This formula from Colourpop is so easy to work with. They blend beautifully. The shadows don't have a lot of fallout, and I am just loving this palette. I don't think people hear about it quite as much as some of the other palettes like the Going Coconuts palette from Colourpop, but this one truly has risen to the top as my favorite. This is what I used when I traveled the entire month. I was able to create a lot of looks with it that looked really good. And on the days when I wanted very minimal eyeshadow, I just put on a neutral color, buffed it out, put a little highlight underneath the brown bone, and I was out. So the Give It To Me Straight palette from Colourpop, this was absolutely a huge asset to me this month during my travels. The other surprise for me is this Revlon Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I have continued my love affair with this foundation. It is so good on my skin. I'm in the color 202 and it just works perfect for me. And this particular shade almost has a little bit of gray undertone, kind of like the Misha BB cream, and it seems to work really well for my skin tone. So if you're similar to me, this might be a good color for you. This foundation in this package, and I don't know why L'Oreal did this. This package just doesn't suit how good this foundation is. I wish they would have upped their game a little bit. This is probably my current favorite foundation, particularly for the summer months. It always goes on extremely easy. It never creates any trouble for me. I tap it out with a sponge. It looks delicious. It wears all day. I'm loving this so much. Comes in at a drugstore price. I think this is around maybe $10, $12 at most. So the Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal, I'm continuing my love affair with it. You'll remember in my last drugstore haul that I finally picked up one of the highlighters from Essence. This is their Pure Nude collection, and I'd heard so much about it. These are pretty much cult classics in the makeup world, and you know what? They're right. This is a really great highlighter. I'm wearing it today, and here's a little swatch for you. This is in the color Be My Highlight. Isn't that just so pretty? This highlight goes on so easily, looks so pretty. I've worn it with all kinds of looks, from a casual daytime look to a little bit fancier look. Not that I'm going out anywhere, because trust me, I'm not. But I'm really finding the versatility of this highlight to be excellent. It is super affordable, like all products from Essence are. I think maybe it's $5 or $6. If you haven't tried one of these highlighters from Essence, I would encourage you to give it a whirl. When you have a $5 or $6 laying around that you want to spend on makeup, this is really a great value. I had been in love with a Revlon primer for a while, and I can't even remember the name of it now. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on that. But what happened with Revlon is that they changed the formula, and of course they made it worse. I don't know why makeup companies do that, but it happens a lot. So now I'm without a primer that I'm really loving. So I went back to one of my old favorites, and I really remembered why I love this mineral infused primer from e.l.f. so very much. Super affordable, just a few dollars at the drugstore. What I love about it is it's one of those silicone primers, and it goes on so smooth. And when I put it on my bare face, after I've done my serums and my moisturizers and that whole thing, it really does smooth out my pores and kind of blur everything. It's really kind of a magical primer. I don't know why I was looking around for other ones, but I am going to continue to test other primers. If you haven't found a primer that you love, give this one a whirl. It's only a few dollars. It's really very, very good. I always make sure that I get this primer underneath my eyes so that my under eye concealer is going to hang on really well, and this does a great job. It's not thick, it's not too tacky, it dries down really quickly. I really enjoy the kind of blurring effect, and once you use it and you put it over your nose and your cheeks, you'll see it too. So the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer, great bargain, fabulous primer. I want to talk about a couple of lip products now. This lipstick right here from LA Girl, and this is their Glossy line. This is the most commented and appreciated lipstick by you guys that I've ever used. I've had more of you ask me what color of your lipstick than any other lipstick. This is such a terrific dark pink, kind of rosy pink color. It's called Pink Me Up. I've been pairing it with another LA Girl product. This is the LA Girl lip liner in the color Darling. So the two of these is a great combination. Here they are swatched on the back of my hand. You can see the lip liner right there. That's in the color Darling. And then this is the lipstick or the lip gloss in Pink Me Up. It's such a beautiful color. And one thing I can say about this formula from LA Girl, it is so moisturizing and so yummy. You'll really, really enjoy it. So this lip combination right here is your #1 favorite, and I really enjoy it too. It just seems to finish off a look so beautifully. I want to jump into sunscreens now, and this is kind of the fail portion of the video, but I have a few other good things after this. I found out a couple of things about a couple of sunscreens that I've been using, and I wanted to share them with you. You guys know that my favorite sunscreen currently is the Dermatology. Dermatology has two different types of SPF, one that is untinted and one that is tinted. This is the tinted moisturizer SPF. It says 46. I've never heard of a 46 before. I had been using the untinted version, and I don't know where the empty bottle is. It's around here somewhere. Here's what I have experienced. I'm preferring the untinted version a lot more than the tinted. I think that this tinted is pilling up for me just a little bit. I get it particularly around the sides of my face, and I don't know why I get it there, not on the front of my face. I didn't have any problem at all with the Dermatology untinted. As a matter of fact, that's my favorite sunscreen that I've used so far. It is such an elegant formula. It goes on so well, looks so great under makeup. I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of this tinted because I have it, but I don't think that I would repurchase the tinted. I would go for the untinted. So that's a little bit of a update on the Dermatology. If you are interested in trying the untinted, I do have a code. It's 20% off. You'll be able to get the untinted or the tinted if you prefer for a drugstore price. So it's a screaming deal, and that'll be down below. If you saw my review on the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen, you'll know that I liked it, but I didn't love it. There's just a few things about this sunscreen that don't hit it out of the park for me. Well, here's an update on that particular review. I ended up using this as my overall foundation, and that's all I had on my face for a number of days in a row because I was doing some heavy work at my house. So I wasn't putting on makeup, but I did want to have sun protection on my skin because I was going outside back and forth doing stuff. What happened for me is about 3.5 to 4 days into wearing this exclusively, my skin was so dry. And I couldn't figure out, why does my skin feel so dry? Because I had been doing my AM and my PM skincare routine like always, and mine is really comprehensive, and I use a lot of moisturizers. Then it dawned on me is what was different is I was using this on my skin exclusively day after day after day, and by golly, my skin felt so dry. I'm not sure why it did that, but I can say that's what happened. So I think that my opinion of this sunscreen has gone down just a little bit even more. It seemed to really dry out my face with continued usage. I know a lot of you love this sunscreen. That's fabulous. We all have different skin and different things work for us, but this is not going to be in my skincare lineup anymore. Keeping to the skincare theme, I want to talk about what I've been using to moisturize my skin. I am loving this Alpha skincare. This has an AHA acid in it, so it really does smooth out your skin and sort of affects those little bobbles and dry patches that you can get. I'm really enjoying this, and I've been using this all summer long. However, this doesn't quite give me as much moisture as I like on my skin. I like my skin to feel really moist, and I've been spending a lot of time lately in a very, very dry environment, so this wasn't quite cutting it for me. So what I have been doing is I've been putting on a thin coat of this Alpha skincare and then topping it with this Nivea lotion. I love this Nivea lotion. This is their essentially enriched body lotion because it leaves such a beautiful glowy glossy finish on the skin. It's really, really pretty. That's what I have on my neck and my chest today. I don't know if you can see it, but the hydration and the glossy beautiful look that this leaves behind, I'm really, really liking it. So the combination of these two is what I've been using during the summer months, and I'm really, really enjoying them together as a tandem team. I have one hair care product to talk about, and that is the Bedhead Hairspray. I had heard about this from one of my favorite YouTubers, Jessica Braun. If you don't follow her, she's such a hoot. I could be her mother. I know she's really, really young. I'm outing myself that I watch every single video she does. She loves this hairspray, so I went ahead and picked it up. Unfortunately, I don't love it as much as she does. For me, on my hair, it ends up being a little bit stiff and a little bit crunchy, and it just doesn't brush out very nicely. So the Bedhead, I went ahead and ordered 2 of these cans because it was on sale, and I thought, oh, it's probably really good, so I want to get a couple of them. So I'm just barely 1/4 of the way through the first one, and I still have another one to go. I'm going to end up going back to my Kenrid 25. That holds my hair really well, and it leaves a real soft finish. It's never crunchy, and it doesn't get sticky. This one is unfortunately not my favorite. It might work for you. I know Jessica Braun loves it. Unfortunately, it's not a winner in my book. The last thing I want to leave you with is kind of an uh-oh thing, because it's one of those where you find out how good something is and then you can never go back to using what you'd been using. And that is pillowcases. I have been testing pillowcases. This one is satin and this one is silk. All my life I've used cotton or percale pillowcases on my pillows, but I've been hearing a lot about upgrading pillowcases, that it can help with sleep wrinkles and help with the moisture in your skin, that sort of thing. So I thought I would give it a test and let you guys know what I found out. This one is a satin pillowcase, and this is what I tried first. This one is a silk pillowcase, and this is what I tried second. Here's the bad news. Once you use this silk pillowcase, you'll never be satisfied with anything else again. That is the thing. I used this satin one, and it was an improvement over my cotton pillowcases, but when I used this silk one, it was, oh my golly, I will travel with this silk pillowcase now. That's how good it is. What I have found is that this feels so good against my skin, And not only does it feel good, but it really helps with my skincare. Because my skincare doesn't soak into the pillowcase, which it was doing with the cotton and the percale pillowcases, it doesn't do that with this. This is such a luxurious feeling experience. And there's a big difference for me between the satin and the silk. Satin is generally less expensive, silk is generally more expensive. So this is one of those kind of things, is like, now I know I can never go back. I am committed to silk pillowcases now. If you haven't tried a silk pillowcase, I don't know if you want to or not, because it might spoil you for anything else in the future. This particular company also made the silk sweater that I highlighted in one of my videos a couple of months ago, and I'll go ahead and link it down below. Here's one thing that is a tip for you if you're looking ahead, like I always do, to the holiday season coming up in a few months. The packaging that these silk pillowcase comes in is exquisite. And I don't have the boxes anymore. I had to throw them out because I have way too much stuff. But the packaging is a beautiful watercolor finish on the box. It's just gorgeous. And the pillowcases inside are so lovely. I love the idea of giving unique, special gifts, and this would be such a great gift for those girlfriends or your aunt or your cousin or your niece. It's a unique, special gift, and it's particularly wonderful because when they pull it out, it's in that beautiful box. So I can tell you that I'm loving these silk pillowcases. I'll never be able to go back, unfortunately. I'll have the company, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name, but I'll have it listed and linked below if you want to go ahead and check it out. So loving these silk pillowcases, they really do make a world of difference. Those are my favorites for the month of July. I hope you found it useful and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.